right. Let me hide you from the stage as well. All right, I see everyone is here. That's good. Okay, let's get it. Make sure I'm unmuted. Perfect. Okay. All right, everybody. So this is going to be an interesting session. I'm looking forward for you guys to hear this. So there are very few people more passionate than our next speaker. If you find a career that you can be as passionate about as she is on health and wellness, then I can guarantee you'll be successful. We first met with her to discuss the opportunity to join us today. And when we did, she made it clear to Yameche and I that we had to have her in the schedule. The call was scheduled for 30 minutes, but we ended up so interested in what she had to say that we stayed for almost an hour. She loved the name Igniting Black Brilliance, and she said to us, we can be brilliant as we pursue our career and life goals, but we also have to be resilient. She went on to say, we're never too young, and it's never too early. We're never too old, and it's never too late. She said, now is the right time to make our health and well-being a priority. I'm personally really looking forward to hearing her message today. She has over 4 decades of experience in the wellness field. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Robin Fuller, owner of Robin Fuller Wellness. Robin, you can take it away.
Wonderful. I assume everyone can hear me well. Thank you so much, Alfred, for that introduction. And thank you for remembering those points that I brought to the table when you and Yamashe and I were able to sit down for this conversation. And welcome everyone. Wow, it has been so amazing to hear some of the speakers prior to me and the topics that they've been sharing. But before we jump into what I want to talk to you about today, we're talking about wellness. So let's start with a wellness activity. I know I could use this activity, and I'd love for you to join me. I'm sure you can too. Let's take some deep breaths. Deep breaths help to relax us, it helps to calm us, and it also helps to lower our blood pressure, reducing cardiovascular disease and things like that. And in the space that we're in, pursuing brilliance, igniting, striking a fire to things like you're doing with your professional careers, we need to know how to relax, know how to maintain calmness despite challenges. So join me, please, for 3 deep breaths. I'll take the lead. With a deep breath, you want to, as you inhale in, feel your diaphragm expand with the oxygen that you're putting there. So you're not raising your shoulders, but you're filling your abdomen diaphragm area with oxygen as if you were filling a balloon with helium. So please join me. Send me some emojis to let me know you're joining me, whatever your emoji is of choice, in this deep breath exercise. Thank you so much. Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to count to about 5. Then we're going to, and hold it. That's when we'll count. And then we'll release it slowly. Okay, let's take our first deep breath together. Breathe in. Fill your diaphragm, fill with the oxygen. Hold it. Breathe out slowly. Should feel relaxing. Start to feel it. Let's do that again for a second time. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out slowly. One more time. 3 for emphasis. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Release slowly. Wonderful. How are you feeling? How did that feel? This is your virtual break time. What better way to start it than to relax? Phenomenal. I see that. Good. Wonderful. Always remember deep breathing exercises. They will continue as many other strategies to get you through various challenges in life, professionally and personally. Now, I want to share something with you. Uh, as Alfred mentioned, my name is Robin. And wellness has been a passion of mine. Fitness, health, nutrition, all the various pillars of wellness, emotional, social, mental, spiritual, these have all been passions of mine since I was a young teenager many years ago. Okay? Before wellness, the word well being, the word became such a trending topic as it is today. And it should be a trending topic. But one thing I want to challenge you all with is don't let it just be words you hear. Let it be words you feel. Let wellness occupy your space. And speaking of space, this is the perfect space, the perfect place to discuss a very important topic of wellness and well being, making your well being a priority. Because you're here at the Igniting Black Brilliance Career Summit 2023 to learn more from these fabulous speakers and these workshops and to exchange and explore your professional career. And that's amazing. But also in this space, it's one that you will be occupying for 1/3 of your life on average. Did you know that reports show that a person will spend about 90,000 hours of their life working? So the challenge is not to wait until we're in another place and another space to practice well being, although it's important to do it there. The challenge is to learn to prioritize our well being while we're working, while we're pursuing our brilliance, while we're igniting things, striking a fire to things. Let's pursue our brilliance right here in this space of work and career and professional pursuits. So that's a challenge for you. Now, the 90,000 hours probably has increased, would you agree, since post pandemic? The way we do things has changed so much. We would think that these virtual type of environments would reduce or level the space, the playing space for professional and personal balance and harmony, right? But what it has done is increased it. It's caused our minds to be turned on so much with reference to work and professional pursuits. And while there's nothing in itself wrong with that, what happens then is the person we are or become in our professional endeavors, we bring into our personal endeavors. And when we do that, our family, our friends, our recreational activities get the brunt of it, if you will. I'm a perfect example of it right now. I'm actually from Chicago, but I'm in New Hampshire, in New England, visiting with friends as a little vacation. But when Alfred and Yamashe presented me with the opportunity to speak with you all, I said yes. I couldn't deny it. So you see how the balance, the harmony of personal and professional will always meld. And that's why we have to know how to practice wellness no matter where we are, where that space is that we're operating. You know, there was a wise king that once said, if you become discouraged in times of trouble, your strength will be lacking. So, if we experience challenges in our life, if we experience setbacks, right, then our strength, our power, our ability to be brilliant can be lacking. Is that what you want? Or do you want to know how to be resilient? And do you want to put strategies in place to be resilient? What do I mean by resilient? Let me read to you directly what it says. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, challenges, or difficult situations. It involves the capacity to adapt, recover, and even thrive in the face of setbacks, stressors, or hardships. Resilient individuals demonstrate mental and emotional strength, as well as a sense of perseverance and optimism. They can maintain their overall well being and continue moving forward despite encountering obstacles. Resilience often involves, I should say, developing coping strategies, cultivating a positive mindset, and drawing upon one's inner resources to navigate life's ups and downs effectively. Let me tell you a story about resilience. In October of 1997, I laid on the floor in the office of a partner I worked with at a consulting firm, on my side in the fetal position in excruciating pain, knees up to my chest, as my body was trying to reject a failed pregnancy. At the time, I was taken to the emergency room of the nearest hospital, which is what most emergency vehicles do, right? The ambulances, they take you to the nearest hospital. But that was not the hospital where I was being seen by my gynecologist for this pregnancy. Now, mind you, this was my first pregnancy after being told for many years prior that I could not have children due to health issues. So I'm excited, right? Who wouldn't be? I had been married about 5 years and we were looking forward to raising a family. But yet my body was rejecting the pregnancy. And here I was in this excruciating pain as I tried to release the failed pregnancy. When I got to the hospital, and told them whose care I was originally under, they said they were going to transfer me to that other hospital. What they didn't know was I no longer wanted to be under the care of that particular doctor. I did have a doctor at the hospital where I was currently. But they were going to transfer me to another hospital. What happened? I called the doctor, which was my primary care physician at that hospital, and said, I don't want to go to the other hospital. He said, You're not going to another hospital. I'm going to make a phone call and everything is going to be okay. And I trusted that that would be the case. Next thing I know, a new doctor, OBGYN, came in and took care of the procedure I needed to be well again. And then I had the year later, the next October 1998, I delivered my firstborn, which is probably the age of many of you here. I have three now. We have three, my husband and I. And so we have three beautiful daughters after that experience. So, what does that experience teach? What did it teach me about being resilient, about being taking care of my well being? Well, there's a lot that it taught me, but I want to share three things, if not more. I think I've got a list of more. One of the things that's going to be important, and some of the speakers alluded to this, we have to crush limiting beliefs. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are the things that we may believe, although not true, that limit our ability to achieve. It's the things we may believe that limit our ability to achieve, even though they may not be true. I don't belong in this place. And limiting beliefs can be pushed off on us. Rather than me feeling like I don't belong there, maybe someone else will say, You don't belong here. Maybe they'll show it, right? So we have to crush limiting beliefs. We have to crush the things that we're constantly telling ourselves that limit how we achieve, that limit our ability to ignite brilliance in both our personal and professional lives. So the hospital believed that I didn't belong there and needed to be sent to another hospital, which was of less subpar for treatment. I was not going to buy into their belief. I was not going to allow myself to limit myself to what I could achieve as far as the care that I was to receive. So, crush limiting beliefs. What else can we learn? we can learn that to be resilient, we need to be ready to pivot. We need to be flexible. I think the previous speaker just mentioned being adaptable. You see, we can have control over what we can have control over. And that can be a lot of things. But then there are going to be those things that we don't have control over. And then there are going to be those challenges that arise that we will not have control over, but we have to learn to be flexible, adaptable, and pivot. And in doing such, we actually may benefit. There may be blessings waiting on us if we just allow ourselves to pivot. Because of pivoting quickly, calling the doctor, asking for help, I got the service that I need. And do you know who delivered two of my three babies 2 to 3 years later? The same doctor who pivoted and came in and took care of me at that time. So crush limiting beliefs and be ready to pivot. Here's something else. Stay humble. You know, when you look up humble, it says things like low self esteem or believing you're lower than someone, limiting belief. As long as we believe that that's what humility is, then we will may think too much of ourselves. Here's the thing, we don't want to think too much or too little of ourselves. We want to think just enough to rise the bar and rise it again and rise it again. Every time we have experiences in life, we will have a chance to rise the bar. But that doesn't mean that we have to become so proud that no one can teach us anything. This is an opportunity to adapt well being, resilience by being humble. And then I challenge you to be kind, genuinely kind, and to be loving. Can you do that? Can you love not only yourself, which is so important? You know, I gave a speech once and I talked about self care. Self care is another trending topic. But what people don't realize, what people don't talk about often, is that it's hard to practice self care because we don't always practice self love, because we take care of the things that we love. So love yourself, therefore, you'll take care of yourself. But also love others. Let others bring things to the table for you. Can you love someone who doesn't even like you? Do you know that if you sit there and you genuinely express love to someone who doesn't even like you? I've been in these situations numerous of times and I knew how the person felt. But there's the saying, kill them with kindness, right? But you can genuinely do that. Let them own up to who they are. You choose to be who you are and let no one stop you from that. Because at the end of the day, when you're taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, and yes, when you're buffing for the physical health as well, it's you that you're answering to, not them. So love them. Of course, it's killing them with kindness, but there's another saying, to heap fiery coals on them. Basically, when you put the fiery coals on top of them, the fiery coals is the fire inside of you that's loving them, even though they don't like you. When you heap those fiery coals on top of them, you burn out, you melt rather the impurities that may exist. And even if you can't control and change them, just think. Take a moment and think. Think about how you'll feel. Think about the ones who are watching you. You don't even realize they're watching you, and you're setting the example for them. Think about how you will be able to take a deep breath like we did at the start, and you will be able to say, it's okay. It's okay. Opportunities come and go, but you will always be there. You will always be there. I will always be there. My life is one journey that explores many different paths. If this path produces a roadblock, Just turn around and go back down another path. That's how it works. That's how it happens for your well being. So choose to be loving. I want to end with uh, something with reference to love that I wrote. It goes like this: it's powerful, yet delicate. It's complex, yet simple. It's singular in purpose, yet diverse in meaning. With it, we soar. Without it, we crash. For hopeless romantics or emotional basket cases, it's at the top of the list of feeling fulfilled, satisfied. And yet, it can just as quickly drop you like a precious glass vase shattered on the floor crying, picking up the pieces of life, trying to put them back together. Some cracks will always be visible, some pieces will never be found. It's like water being poured in a bottomless bucket, a continuous supply but never overflowing. It's what brings us together. It's family, it's friends, it's pets, it's things. In its utmost form, it is our creator. Because of it, he created. Because of it, we exist. Because of it, we have hope. It will last forever. It is love. Thank you so much, Alfred, Yamashe, BLYNK, Black Sisters in STEM, all of you here today. Be encouraged to prioritize your well being. Be empowered to take care of yourself. Be inspired to inspire others to do the same. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Robin, that was amazing. I gotta say, I wish I could have you talk to me like this every day because it's needed. It's really needed, and we don't talk enough about health. We don't talk enough about mental health, and we're all going through it. So this was needed. Thank you so much, and we gotta
Thank you
we
for
gotta have you
having
do
me.
a lot more things. I'm so happy we got you here for this. I appreciate it. Appreciate you doing this while you're out of town as well. So, um, really,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.
All right.